Good?
Hold up, bro.
You want to start from the top here?
Yeah, we're going to read, you know.
Yeah, brother Barack. It's on right now?
Yeah. Yep.
We good?
Yeah, we good.
Alright, Shalom. You know, first we want to start off by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahushai.
Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai been the name of the beloved Son who the world annually calls Jesus Christ. That's their true names. Okay, the only names you can call upon for salvation. If you're an Israelite, the Israelites being so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as our people that have taken on the appearance of the heathen. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. As you brothers and sisters can see, okay, we're back with another lesson through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. And the title of this lesson will be, When the Food is Gone, Let Our Faith Remain. Okay? When the food is gone, let our faith remain. Alright, because, you know, we're living in a time where the Lord is, you know, bringing in this famine, man. You know, here it is, Esau, Edom is, you know, engineering it, you know, but we know it's ultimately prophecy. Okay? It's prophecy, man. Esau is having farmers destroy crops. Okay? He's burning down these plants, okay, that produce these, you know, these certain foods, you know. So we're in that time of the famine, man. Okay? But when the food is gone, let our faith remain, all right? You have to have faith that the Lord is going to provide, okay? Because he's done it for our forefathers and he's going to do it for us. The Lord will reveal that number, man. As long as we keep that faith, man. All right, so let's start off with that second entry, sir. Oh, yeah, 16, my bad. 16, 17.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Right, and this is, you know, when Esdras, you know, the Lord was giving Esdras visions, okay? And he was thrown back. And, you know, he's like, who's going to deliver me from those days? Okay? But it's going to be Yahweh Shema Shai that's going to deliver us from these days. Go ahead.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Go ahead.
The beginning of famine and great death.
Right, and this is where we're at in the Lord's movie. The beginning of famine. Okay, and famine brings what? Great death. Okay, and the scripture says it's better to die from the sword than to die of famine, man. All right, because that's a slow, agonizing death, man. You know, your mind begin to betray you and play tricks on you and all of that, man. You know, the scriptures prophesy of cannibalism. Okay, that's coming back. All right, go ahead.
The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right, and what are we commanded to do when these evils come? To keep the faith, man. You know, stay solid for Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. Go ahead.
And it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Once again, famine is sent. Okay, and the whole world is being distracted by these bread and circuses, not knowing that, shit, one day they refrigerator is going to be empty and their bellies, man. Go ahead. Jump to 22.
Verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, so this is a big part in the Lord's movie. That's going to be a lot of people's end. You know, the lack of food, scarcity of food, and that goes along with water as well. Okay? So, when the food is gone, let our faith remain. You have something?
Now, I was just going to say, you said something about the water. Esau just pronounced that yesterday was the first day that, how was
California restrictions on water?
restrictions on water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can only water your garden between
Certain hours.
certain hours. I forgot the hours, but
Yeah.
certain hours of the day, and you can't do it so much. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you get fined. You get warned, but then you'll get fined, and then after that, it's even more stricter penalties that come after that.
Yeah, right,
So
right.
he already. That's really. I mean, it's through Esau, but that's the Lord. Through the Lord, he said that the fountains
Should dry up.
spring, yeah. Shall, you know,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna be no more, man. This is Esau fulfilling the prophecy that the Heavenly Father have ordained, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we in those times, man.
Yeah.
You know, Habakkuk 2, 3.
At
The
the end,
vision
it's
is just for a appointed time, that at the end shall speak and not lie.
That's right.
You know, though it tarry, wait for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We in that time, man. The vision is the prophecies that's going down. That was told about thousands of years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're in those times right now to where those prophecies, they're coming to effect, man.
Yeah.
And they dropping. Them prophecies is dropping, man. Every week there's something going on, man.
Yeah.
Every week. And just when that water thing hit, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you know, I was in it's a spirit, because I ended up getting one of those big old 275 gallon water tank things.
Oh, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The spirit had me get one before that actually came out, and literally days after, that's when he came out with that. I was like, wow, you know. Looked at the fam, I was like, man, that was the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's, hey, man, we in those times, man.
Right.
You know, to where you gotta have a couple canned goods in you know, wherever you at. A couple bottles of water. You know what I'm saying? Some you know how to fucking start a fire, or you know, warm your house up. Especially if you got seeds, man. Especially if you got seeds. Now is the time to go on YouTube and check out some of those videos, man, that these people is doing. Those videos are for us.
That's right.
For us to be, you know, leveling up to a level to where, okay, you're on a level to where you could survive for a little while until the Lord start, you know what I'm saying, showing miracles, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why make it hard for yourself? Even though the Lord's he got us, but don't make it hard for yourself to where now you gotta go out to try to get some shit, or you tempting yourself to go out to get something, or you know, or some other shit, man. You know, now is the time to get it, man. Those videos on YouTube is for us to you know, to get the knowledge on how to survive, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a big family. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, because like the brother is saying, you know, those videos is for us, and I was doing a little research, me, you know, my wife or whatever, on how to can your own goods, right?
Oh, yeah, that's the
How
spirit.
to can your own goods, and when you go through YouTube and you see all the videos, it's nothing but Esau.
That's
nothing
it.
but Esau. Jake not, you know,
Yeah, Jake
on
not.
how to can their own goods, you know.
Jake not even thinking that this society is finna collapse. They're
Right.
still partying and getting the bag, and
Right.
they're not preserving anything for themselves.
Right.
Nothing, bro.
Nothing. So it's like Esau know that when it goes down, they know that the hoods are gonna self-destruct themselves.
Right.
Right.
You know, they know that.
Right. And just like the apostle, Apostle Tahar, he made a video about, you know, getting generator and, you know,
Yeah.
you know, maybe having some batteries and, you know, things of that nature. It's good to have some batteries, some flashlights, candles, you know, a portable stove where you could put the propane tank, you know what I'm saying, to have your, you know what I'm saying, at least cook something, you know what I'm saying, some water, or whatever it is, man, you know what I'm saying, just to, while you going through that, you know, you don't want it to be extra burden on you. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, but Jake out there, they're not in that mentality, that spirit to where they thinking, oh shit is gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that this shit is gonna keep going. So they not preparing for shits, cause they thinking it's gonna, we just, you know, it's gonna happen for 3 days to a week. We're gonna bounce back. Everything gonna be good. Now we know that this shit, once that shit happen, this shit is done, man.
Right.
This shit is done, man. All right. So you know, it's best to have a little than nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have a whole fucking warehouse full of shit, but to have something. You know what I'm saying? I remember the apostle made a video on having silver. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He did a video on having some silver, man. It's good to have maybe some, a couple silver pesos, you know what I'm saying? To, a little something. Who knows? You might not use it. Lord willing, you won't use it, but if you have to, you got it.
You can use it.
You could use it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But even then again, it's all about faith. Because shit, the Lord said He gonna do what He gonna do.
Right.
But
That's number one.
The scriptures say the prudent man perceived the evil. So there's nothing wrong with gathering them little things. But remember that shit ain't gonna save you because you don't know how this shit gonna play out.
Right.
Yeah,
You
but
can
we
be in a
got
whole nother city, and you know what I mean.
You can have all that, and then you gotta get up out of the house.
You know what I'm saying? So
or the men of the Lord
grabbed up or something.
getting grabbed up.
So
Right.
it all come down to faith.
Yeah, we just speaking advice.
Yeah, man.
It's
But
all
in
advice,
that day-
spiritual advice.
Yeah.
My fault.
So like
Yeah,
it, bro.
my fault. That was it.
But in that day, you're not thinking about, oh damn, I wasted my money.
Yeah.
Fuck that money, man.
Yeah, you gonna say that?
You know what I'm saying? Give unto Caesar what is his, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just
you ain't
you
thinking like
rather,
that.
just like Bruce Lee said, you'd rather be a
Warrior in
a
a
warrior in
garden.
a garden than
Garden in a war. A gardener in a
a
war.
gardener in a war. You know, you could put that in effect as I'd rather have food stored up and
And not nothing.
than to have nothing to be
See, but
starved.
some brothers ain't got a little extra money to
Yeah, some brothers.
But
I
you know
remember-
what? Those are the brothers that the Lord is going to have. The ones that can do it and they did it. Those are the brothers that might need it.
Yeah.
The ones that ain't got it, the Lord's going to make it happen for those brothers. Don't think just because you ain't got it to do it that the Lord ain't going to have it for you. The
Yes.
Lord's going to make a way for you, brothers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the ones that do
And your
got it,
families.
for the ones that do got it,
Mhm.
get you a little something. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that ain't got it, just truly ain't got it, the Lord is going to make a way for you, brothers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. That's second Esdras. Yeah. Can I get it real fast, bro?
It's on my list, Op.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, we'll get it.
Yep. That's what this lesson is about. The Lord gonna provide. But let's go to that Genesis, man.
Come.
We're gonna read a little bit through this. This account dealing with Joseph. One of my favorite accounts. The Spirit be having. To where my lessons. When it's my turn to speak on our Thursday lessons. I like to go into faith, man, because that's essentially what this whole thing is about. That's the main ingredient of this thing is faith, man. All right. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, this is Genesis 37:1. It says, "And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan.
All right.
These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren."
But look, Joseph being 17. Remember that. Because throughout these scriptures that we're going to read, it's going to give you different ages of Joseph. To let you know how long this whole process was. Go ahead.
Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors.
And that's why, because his brothers was kind of jealous.
Yeah,
Jealous of the fact that, and that's why they sold him to what was those
the Arab Midianites, I think it was.
Yep. And they sold them to the Egyptians. But that's why all that took place, because they had that jealousy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had that dream as well, so they was mad off of that.
Yeah, they was mad.
That's what we're going
You know
into,
what I'm
right?
saying?
Even his parents got mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's read it, man. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, verse 4, "And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheep stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheep.
Yeah, obeisance, you know, like a bowing or worship.
Bow, reverence. Yep.
And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. And
Right, and we're gonna see what them dreams, you know, the relevance of it, you know. And they tripping over some dreams, something you can't even help. You know, you don't give this, you don't script your own dreams, you know.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's verse 9. It says, And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it to his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
that kind of give you the, never mind, go ahead.
Revelation 12.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And he told it to his brethren, to his father, and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth?
I got a quick one. This is Genesis 42 and 6. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was.
Wait, nah, hold on. We gonna hit all of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we gonna hit all of that.
Yeah.
My bad, I'm tripping.
As
Damn, man, yeah. Come on, all right, let the
Okay.
story unfold.
God,
That boy. Read 11 again. All right.
God, it's verse 11. It says, And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the same.
Right, because you know, Jacob was a real spiritual man, so he took note of it. Like, hold up, you know, what is the Lord doing here? You know, go ahead. Y'all brothers, you know, have patience. You know, we're gonna read. You know, we're gonna get the whole thing.
Crack your scriptures
You know
open
what I'm
if you ain't
saying?
doing nothing.
Follow along. You know,
Right.
it's a very beautiful story to me, man. Yeah, count.
That's right.
That's why Esau made a movie on it. You know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is verse 13. Or verse 12, it says, And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here am I. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They are departed hence. For I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh.
Right.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit, and we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
Wow, because it say it is, and they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. on my sword, when I look down in the middle column, it says Master of Dreams. And what did he do?
Yep.
He broke down the dream of
Pharaoh,
and that's how they was
Hold
able.
up, all right, come on, brother.
Hey, you know,
Let the story unfold,
Hey,
brother. It's a build-up, you know. Go ahead.
Verse 20, 21.
Yeah, the Lord was dealing with Joseph, man.
God.
You know, the Lord was dealing with Joseph heavily, man. Go ahead.
And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty, there was no water in it.
Right, remember Joseph was 17 right here, you know? The youngest of all of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery, balm, and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother in our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, The child is not. And I, whither shall I go? Whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats, and dipped it in the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father, and said, This have we found. Know not whether it be thy son's coat or no. And he knew it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. And Jacob rent his clothes, and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, For I will go down into the grave until my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, and an officer of Pharaoh's, and a captain of the guard.
Right. Now let's jump to 39.
I got a quick one, bro.
You got it.
Dealing with Reuben.
Yep.
That's why when Reuben, when Jacob blessed the 12 tribes, he said something specific about Reuben. This Genesis 49:3. It says, Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, in the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power.
Yeah, he stood up.
Because he stood up.
Yeah, he knew what was right.
He was trying to save, he actually had a mind to try to save Joseph, but his brethren basically overpowered him. You know?
Right.
It was the will of the Lord.
It was the will of the Lord. It was the will of the Lord.
Right. You know, he said, instead of killing them, let's
Let's put him in there. Then he was gonna go back
And
Right.
get him out.
and get him out, but his
Right.
brethren already had made a different move.
Yeah. Right.
Go ahead, 39.
Yep. This
We're
is
going to read down to 6.
Genesis 39 and verse 1.
If you ain't familiar with, this history dealing with our great forefather Joseph, man, you got to get into it, man. Because this was our entranceway into Egypt.
Yeah, this is how
Okay.
we got into Egypt.
And became a great nation, man. This is it right here. This is the what they call it, the
Origin beginning, the origin story.
but like the
Origin story.
the grounding of it,
Yeah, the origin story.
Foundation.
Yeah.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Genesis 39 and 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him. And he made him overseer over his house and all that he had put into his hand. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field.
Right, it kind of remind you of,
Yeah, I was just gonna say the man.
when Jacob was with Laban,
Yeah.
and he was being blessed. He didn't want him to leave.
Yeah, he
had him there like 21 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I noticed that even dealing with you brethren, wherever y'all at, say if you living with somebody, they're gonna be getting blessed because of y'all for
Yeah.
your sake.
Mhm.
And I seen that when I lived with my auntie. When I was first coming in,
Mm.
she was getting blessed.
Mm.
She didn't know why, but she had more than one Lord willing, men of the Lord in that house.
Oh wow.
She ain't nothing to worry about.
Oh, you
at the
talking
time.
about okay, yeah, I know what
You
you're
know what I
talking
mean?
about.
That's real.
She was getting blessed, bro. She was happy.
That's real.
Your mom's
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. And then
Yeah.
it was no pork in that motherfucker either.
Yeah,
Ah.
She started switching over to the turkey and the
There you
beef,
go.
You know what I mean?
Remember, she
Hey.
was. She just the spirit was way happy on your mom. She was doing her thing more. She was chilling and shit.
Mm.
You know.
She had three prophets in her house.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. This is verse 6. It says, "And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored."
There you go. That story goes on, you know, that's when Pharaoh's woman tried to get with him and all of that. He ended up in jail. You know, story goes on, but let's jump to 41. Read all the way through that.
This is Genesis 41 and 1. It says, "And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years."
Right, this is the time that he did in prison. You know, Joseph did. You know, because of the false accusation of Pharaoh's woman.
Yeah.
You know, he ended up in prison for 2 years, and he interpreted dreams while he was in prison. Okay, he said, "Look, when you get out of here, man, remember me, man. You know, share these words with Pharaoh," and they didn't. Okay, go ahead. There we go.
It says, "And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine or kin, and fat-fleshed, and they fled, and they fed, and they met them. And behold, 7 other kin came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the other kin upon the brink of the river."
Right, so you had one that was real healthy, and you had one that was, going through it. Go ahead.
Verse 4. "And the ill-favored and lean-fleshed kin did eat up the 7 well-favored and the fat kin. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed the second time, and behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh.
Right, and this is the same chief brother that was in prison with Joseph.
I was in prison with
He
him.
received dreams. You know, the Lord gave him a dream, and Joseph broke it down for him, and that's the one Joseph told him to remember. But here it is, 2 years went by. He didn't share them words with Pharaoh.
He got all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But now, the Spirit of the Lord is on him to bring it out.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, "Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults of this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants."
Look, I do remember my faults. You know.
Yeah.
He didn't keep his word.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's right. It says, "Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and put me in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker."
Which it was prophesied, or it was, his dream, the chief baker's dream was to be hanged. So he died. Go ahead.
"And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he. We dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us a young man, a Hebrew.
Hebrew.
Servant. That's right. It says, in Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard, and we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a
Alright, so
dream.
this is so you gotta imagine, Joseph was probably about 19, 20 right here,
Yeah, he was in there for 2 years.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. The Most High shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed, well-favored, and they fed in the meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean-fleshed, such as I have never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness. And the lean and ill-favored kind did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them. But they were still ill-favored, and as at the beginning. So I awoke, and I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good, and behold, 7 ears withered, thin and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me.
Ooh, hey, there was none that
Declare
could declare it
Yeah.
unto me. I got a precept.
Daniel?
This, huh?
Daniel?
No, Amos.
Okay.
It's Amos 3 and Secrets. Yeah. 3 and 7. Surely the Lord power would do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets.
Look at that, man.
So he revealed it unto Joseph.
That's why. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why Joseph said it's not at me.
Right.
It's the Most High that's doing this.
That's where you excel with the Heavenly Father, is
Yeah.
when you give him his praise.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what the greatest man of the Lord, if you look at it, it's always them reverencing. They maxed out on reverencing whatever is happening in their life. They're giving praise to the Heavenly Father.
Right.
That's right, man.
Man, that's real.
They said he had a good spirit on him.
Man.
That's right.
Lately, I've been asking the Lord to have me praise Him more. Like, I'm trying to kind of tell Him what I'll be, But you know how brothers have your little epiphanies and shit or whatever. You want to praise the Lord more. That's what, what more can you give the Heavenly Father? Think about it. He said the gold is mine, the silver is mine, the earth is His footstool, we His creation. What the fuck could you give Him?
Scripture say you can't go far enough.
Bro, I was just about to say that, bro.
Yeah.
And then you had
Man.
when the 3 holy children, when they were in the fire, they was saying all creation praise Him. Saying let
Yeah.
the trees, let the
Yeah.
squirrel pray out.
That's
Let everyone praise Him.
Yeah.
You know?
See, the Lord got, He created 24 elders that just praise Him
Praise
all
Him.
day.
Oh,
Damn, you good. I can't believe it.
Thank the Lord, to thank Him that I had like a good day, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord that I, get done working out. I thank the Holy God by Shema Shach, I worked out and I was free from injury. Man, everything.
I be praising the Lord
Everything.
when the wind hit me a certain way.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, damn, feels good. All praise to Yahweh,
Yeah, praise the Lord for taking a shower.
Yeah.
Bed laying,
bro.
I be thinking, man, that's real. I'm sorry, nigga. I thank the Lord, Lord, I thank you that I just bathed myself, and there's people that's not even able to do this.
Right, bro.
You got a car to drive,
Yeah,
car,
bro.
yeah.
The things that people take for granted,
Yeah,
we
bro.
thank the Lord for it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk.
Yeah.
And that ain't never gonna stop, man. We're gonna be in the kingdom thanking the Lord,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc.
I got a quick one, Doc.
You got it, Doc.
This Daniel chapter 2, verse 47.
41?
24, 21.
Yep. Daniel 2, verse 47, it says, the king answered Daniel and said, if a truth it is, that your God is the power of all gods, and the Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret.
That's right.
That's when Daniel did the same thing like Joseph.
He had that same story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's right. Back in Daniel, back in Genesis chapter.
Same
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, that's you see how the spirit is. That's the spirit.
Remember Black Puerto Rican, same thing. That's on Ghost Dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, back in Genesis chapter 41, verse 24, it says, "The thin ears devoured the 7 good ears, and I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. The Most High have shown Pharaoh what he is about to do."
Right, and the Lord has showed us what He's about to do.
That's
Okay?
right.
He's about to plague Egypt as He did before.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 26, "The 7 good kind are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kind that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine."
If I can say something real quick, I remember Apostle, I forget what apostle it was, but they was breaking down. If you have the same dream back to back, most likely it's a vision.
Right.
It's a vision.
Yeah.
It's something that the Lord is messaging to you, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Right.
And shit, as a recent, I had the same dream fucking 10 times in a row.
I was gonna say something
Yeah.
about that.
And it was a real dream, and it was the Heavenly Father showing me something that I need to do in order to heal myself.
Yeah.
And it was real as fuck. 10 of them straight back to back, short little fucking, literally only about 5-minute dreams.
You talking about the 3 covers?
Yeah. And it was dealing with 3 covers. Put 3 covers on you. It was just kept saying 3 covers. If you 3 covers, you win. You're gonna win if you get 3 covers.
Damn.
3 covers.
Man.
And I didn't even know what it meant until I talked to this brother Zion on the phone the next day. And then after I talked to you, it was boom. That's what it meant. Sure enough, what happened? I used 3 covers and I was healed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what the Lord did with the Pharaoh. He showed him the same dream, but using different. He used corn in one, and he used cows in the other one.
Did the same thing with Joseph.
Yeah.
Had
Yeah.
the moon, the stars
Yeah.
once, and then he had the sheep one.
Yeah.
And the 3 covers, the Lord wanted you to sweat it out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And He's knowledge. That's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Understand what I want you to do.
Woo.
And you know what I'm saying? I want you to sweat this out of
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need that heat. You know what I'm saying? To get it out. You know,
Mhm.
He's trying to
Mhm.
tell you to draw it out of yourself. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, and it worked too because
Yeah.
my seeds was catching the same demon, and I 3 covered their ass, and they didn't have to suffer as long as I did. They was good within 2 days.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Unlike me, I had to go through it, but I had to understand what it was first.
Right.
So a lot of you brothers, if you catch a fever or something of the sort, 3 covers. Listen to me when I say 3 covers. You know what I'm saying? And it may be the Lord may deal through the 3 covers and healing you or something, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, man. No fault though.
Which verse you got out?
27, 28, 28 come. It's Genesis 41 and 28. It says, "This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What the Most High is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine. And all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt. And the famine shall consume the land. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following. For it shall be very grievous."
That lines up with that scripture. Prosperity is a forgetfulness.
Of
No,
affliction?
an affliction is a forgetfulness of prosperity.
Yeah, that's real in the mud.
That's right. Verse 32, "And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by the Most High, and that it's like an end, the Most High will shortly bring it to pass. Now therefore let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this. and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the fifth part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities, and the food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all his servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, Can we find such as one as this? This is a man in whom the Spirit of the Most High is? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Forasmuch as the Most High hath shown thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it on Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen.
You see how that same day though he was in jail
Right.
or in prison, you know.
He was
You know what I'm saying? Going through it like God damn. Then the Lord, boom.
yeah,
Now you at the top.
yeah. Just,
That's
hey,
tough.
what's that preset? I grabbed it, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
how our
good.
story gonna be.
Yeah, I got it right. That's the spirit.
Yep.
Sirach 11:21. It says, Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor.
That's right.
For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on a sudden to make a poor man rich.
Look at that.
Bro, why was I just looking for that scripture,
You was
bro?
looking for that?
I was saying, is that Tobit? I was like,
That's definitely
Yes,
Sirach
Sirach
right there.
11 and 20,
yeah,
21.
bro, that's the spirit, bro. I was
That's
just
the
looking
spirit.
for that scripture, bro.
Huh? You got something? Go ahead. You gotta read it loud though.
Proverbs 16:7. When a man ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Facts.
That's right. That's right.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ring on his finger, you know. It
Yeah,
says,
array them, you know. Just like we was going into last time with Mordecai,
yeah, yeah,
you know.
that's right. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand.
What,
42,
This verse 42.
41, 42.
It says, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride.
Put a gold chain about
Jake
it.
like rocking gold chains in his
Yeah,
neck.
To this day.
that nigga Cole said it. He said, when I get famous, I'm gonna put chains on my niggas like I own slaves.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
saying
all that's
this,
no line.
It's in a black man's soul to rock that gold.
Yeah, that's Ezekiel 16.
Yep.
Ezekiel 16
Jake
all day.
like to rock the fresh things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I'm shit. I think every brother in this room got a chain on right now. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know it.
And when we left Egypt, didn't the Lord put
Well, he decked us out.
jewelry on
Yeah,
us?
we had got the gold from the
Egyptians
Egyptians.
spoiled them.
These
Spoiled
same
them.
motherfuckers.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's right.
But this is the intro right here. Go ahead.
It says, in,
43.
43 years.
That's why when you going through hell, you just gotta write it out because you don't know what the Lord got planned.
Yeah,
You don't know how the Lord's setting it up.
Right.
You know, He's setting up an alley-oop. He's setting up a play.
yeah.
You know, you gotta roll with it. Have faith.
Yeah.
You know, you see Joseph. He didn't cuss out the Lord. He didn't. You know, he wasn't all fucked up because he ain't seen his father no more, his mother no more.
His brother sold.
I mean, of course, he dealt with his mourning, or whatever way he mourned.
You know.
But
He endured hardness.
the point is he dealt with it. He endured it.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
He endured it to see the end of it.
Right.
Like, oh shit,
Right.
that's what the Lord was doing. Okay,
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man.
you gotta hold it down.
Those are the you seen that in Job. You
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that in Joseph,
Tobit.
Yeah,
Tobit,
yeah.
and enduring the hardness, because at the end the Lord's gonna bless you.
It's something
Yeah.
there. It's a reason why.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And remember, he was a young man too, so
Yeah.
for a young man to deal with
Right.
that and not go berserk or to bug out or whatever the case is, that's a special. That's like a special gift from the Heavenly Father to you.
Yeah.
And now, look, we are the modern day Josephs. We're the young men. and we dealing with we dealing with more than what we actually think. You know what I'm saying? Like that saying in the world is on your shoulders. Like literally, the world of Israel is depending on somebody to stand up for them, and the Lord has a spirit on young men to do it, and we trying our best.
Right.
We ain't grow up from our parents who already had established authority and leadership, and nah, man, we're the fresh leadership, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone, of course. But we're not in New York. We're not in New York. We're not amongst the apostles. You got brethren that's in the church out there, of course, but you got brethren that's 3,000 miles away,
And
2,000 miles away over the Atlantic Ocean, having to hold it down, trusting in the Lord and figuring it out as they go in their everyday life.
Yeah, that's it.
Young, you know.
Yeah.
But the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, just as it was on Joseph, is on us.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like Abraham had to leave everything he knew.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Joseph had to leave everything he knew.
Yep. Yep.
And he endured there too for like 30 years plus.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get the when it say 430 years.
Yeah.
You
We
get
gonna
the
get
30
into
years
it. We gonna
Yeah.
from
yeah.
Joseph
Yep.
being in the land
Yep.
for over 30 years.
Yep.
That's right,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yep. Facts. It gives you the years on it.
Yep.
But it's about to mention the years though. Go ahead, up.
Oh, one more thing, I'm sorry, bro. My fault. I want to mention the Disney movie that you've been talking about here and there.
Oh yeah.
The Disney movie Joseph, a solid, excellent movie. I don't care how old or you are.
King of Dreams.
Check the movie out if you haven't seen it. It's actually well put together. It's put together by Disney, so you know it got money and quality in it. But in that movie, in the scene where we're reading, when he's in jail. Actually, they have a song that plays when he's in jail, and if you listen to that song, it's a dope ass fucking song, and it's titled "You Know Better Than I."
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to the Heavenly Father like, you know better than I. I'm fucked up. I'm going through this, but you know better
You know
than
what
I.
you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
That show you the faith that Joseph had, man. Wow.
Yeah, bro.
It's faith. Like I said, the Lord was dealing with Joseph, man.
Yeah.
And who knows what type of ways the Lord comforted. I mean, when he got to Egypt, the Lord already had him favored.
Yeah.
And then that whole the Lord tried him with that woman,
Yeah.
you know, and then he was put in prison, you know.
Yeah.
But the Lord was dealing with him the whole time.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's right. This is Genesis 41 and 43. It says, "And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bow the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath Paaneah, and he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt.
Right, here we go.
And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt."
Now it's giving you that time.
Right.
You know, now he's 30. You know, but look, think about all the time he's been away from his family, man.
He's been away for a minute.
You know, to where they couldn't recognize him. And now he's a man.
17
You know?
to 30.
He was a little strapling, now he's a man, you know?
Right. Right.
And the scripture's about to go on, he's about to have children. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities, the food of the field, which was round about every city. And it's like it laid he up in the same. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number.
See, he was there, 13 years already? Because he went in when he was 17, right?
Yeah.
He was 30, so that's 13 years.
And he went through the famine of the the, 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 the,
2 of those years he was in prison.
Yeah.
It says,
And then with his dealing with his brothers, they was already 2 years into that family.
yeah.
Man, he went through a lot in little time.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Once I had a busy.
This is verse 50. It says, and unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Pharaoh, priest of On, bare unto him.
Now, does that make them heathen children? Hell nah. That's the Israelites.
Those is gonna be members of the tribes.
Yeah.
That's right. It says,
So it don't matter who we lay down with.
yeah,
All right, we have Israelite babies over
those
here,
are,
man.
yeah, those are Israelite sons and daughters.
Man,
That's right.
Israelites only.
we're gonna get all you heathen women.
Yeah. You got some Jakes, they got them tight eyes and shit. They
Yeah.
look like they got, you know,
Yeah.
shit, hey.
A lot of
Hey,
examples.
look at Ruth. You know what I'm saying? That was the grandmother of
Yeah.
King David.
Imagine how was it Jesse? Imagine how Jesse looked, which was
He probably look like his
father.
mom. He probably look like his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Out here looking like China Mac.
Hey.
Hey, but what's that one lady? Salty or Sweetie? Always.
Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, she got a you know,
Yeah, yeah.
so-called Oriental mother.
Right.
You know, but she, you know, her father's Jake. You know, you got different examples, man.
Right.
You know, look at The Rock. You know, he got a Polynesian mother, Jake father. I'm trying to think of somebody else, man. That's look at Tiger Woods. You know.
Dude was that played on dang, I know he Jake for sure, bro. He gotta be Jake.
Which one?
Peter Pan. The little Asian
Robert
dude.
Williams?
No, the Asian
Oh, the
dude.
one that was like the leader of the group.
Wasn't
Yeah,
he on
he was-
Ninja Turtles too?
Was he? I don't remember, but
He was like the leader of
he
the
was
group.
one of the head ones.
Yeah.
He was on Ninja Turtles though.
Was he on Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles?
the little goop dude that was fighting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Jake, bro.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
There's so many examples, man.
Yeah, we always bring up Blake Griffin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Griffin.
Yeah, sure.
This is verse 51. It says, and Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh.
Right, Manashah in the Hebrew.
For the Most High said, He hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim.
He found Go ahead.
For the Most High hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction.
There you go.
That's right. And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Egypt were ended. And the 7 years of dearth began to come, according as Joseph had said. And the dearth was in all the lands, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread. And when the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, Go unto Joseph, what he saith to you, do. And the famine was over all the face of the earth. And Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. And all the countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that the famine was sore in all the lands. This is chapter 42, verse 1. It says, Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt, but Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren. For he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came
Now
to
Joseph and Benjamin had the same mother, which was Rachel. Go ahead.
And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan.
All right, so think of all the years that passed. You know, of course they wouldn't be able to recognize Joseph.
Right.
Yeah.
But remember they they said they shaved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he wasn't looking like a
He was looking like
So-
an Egyptian.
right.
He look like Egyptian and shit. And he's way older. You know, his he don't look young anymore. You know? His whole face structure is in now. You know?
Quite fit.
Yeah, big,
Look like a little muscle
You know?
on him, you know.
manly looking.
Quite taller, you know.
Yeah.
It says, and Joseph, verse 6, and Joseph was governor over the land, and it was sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
Now that part right there,
That's that
remember
dream. Yeah.
in Genesis 37, he had a dream where his brothers was hating because he had that dream. That was like basically like this today. It was like you tripping.
Yeah.
You ain't
Who
gonna
the fuck
never
you
bound
think
to
you
do.
is,
Who the
nigga?
fuck you think you is?
Yeah.
Because it says in Genesis 37, if I'm just skim through it, this 37 and 5, it says, and Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. Verse 7, for behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about and made obeisance to my sheep. You see? So that goes back.
That was the prophecy.
That was the prophecy.
Yeah.
That was it right there. But
Yeah.
they not knowing that was actually going to come to effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it actually did in verse 6 of verse 42 of Genesis 42 and 6.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, man.
And Joseph didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pops didn't know. Nobody.
And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his
So
brethren.
he was about to play with them.
Right.
He was about to pay them
Yeah.
back for all the bullshit they put him through.
Because he knew where they came from.
You know what? He was happy to see him.
He gave him a little bit, but you know he
Yeah.
had integrity, so he just he's like, yo,
He was still a little
let
brother.
me give you just
Yeah.
a little taste. You know what
He
I'm saying?
put that pressure on him,
You
though.
know, he put the pressure on him, but you know, at the same time, he had mercy.
Yeah.
You know,
But
happy to see him.
it was all ordained.
It's all love too.
Yeah.
Let's come.
Go ahead.
It says, and spake.
Now, if Joseph in his 30s, his brothers is in their 40s, 50s. You know what I mean, they're older.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And
Go ahead.
and spake roughly unto them, and he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. Verse 8, and Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. And Joseph
Let
remembered.
me say this, so like they knew not him because of his attire, the way he was, you know, he was dressed. You know how Egyptians do? They shave their heads, they put on the fucking the wigs and whatever, the eyes, shit, and you know the whole attire of the Egyptian.
Had armbands.
Armbands.
And he wasn't speaking Hebrew.
And he, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
It says, and Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them,
See, that's when it hit him. Oh, snap. Go ahead.
and said unto them, ye are spies. God. It says, ye are spies to see the nakedness of the land ye are come.
Right, and it showed you how smart he was, how intelligent he was, because that was kind of off the fly. You know, he wasn't expecting them to come.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. And they said unto him, nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not.
Right, now one is not. Joseph.
Talking about him,
Yeah.
Joseph himself.
Verse 14. And Joseph said unto them, that is it that I spake unto you, saying, ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved by the life of Pharaoh. Ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether they be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely you are spies. And he put them all toward, and he put them in together, all together, into war 3 days. And Joseph said unto them,
A little bit of payback.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a little bit of payback for the time that he sent in the war. You know.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And he put them all together into war 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, This do and live, for I fear the Most High. For it's like, if ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so.
Yeah.
That's because, hey, yeah, at the same time, he wanted to see his younger brother.
Yeah, he wanted to see it. Like,
He wanted to see his younger
But
brother.
that was the only one that he had the same mother with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he came when he was gone.
Yeah, he never seen him.
They never seen him, never met him.
He didn't even know he had a little brother.
You know?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It says, verse 21, And they said one to another, We are very guilty concerning our brother.
Now this show you that Jake got it conscious, man. Because all them years passed, but yet they ain't forgot. They knew that
Right.
the Lord was going, you know, swing it back their way.
I'm pretty sure they had dreams over the years. They got little incidences that would happen
It
to
was
them.
on their mind.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on their mind
Yeah,
every
jacking
day.
their ass up.
Yeah.
Seeing that
day.
father mourn.
Yeah, I was about to say that because
Like
I
I
see
said,
Jacob.
it came with a demon. I'm pretty. You do wickedness,
Oh, yeah.
you summon a demon every time.
Right.
You know.
I guarantee you, it wasn't a day that went past that
Think
went
about
on
it.
their mind.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
It plagued them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't know why, you know.
Yeah.
It was all through the spirit.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's verse 21 again. And they said one to another, We are very guilty concerning our brother,
Look, right there.
in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us.
See that?
And Reuben,
Reuben.
Yep. Verse 22. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear. Therefore, behold, also his blood is required.
You see that? And this ain't the only time they putting two and two together thinking the Lord getting them. Go ahead.
And they knew not that Joseph understood them.
Right, because they speaking in Hebrew.
Right.
So they having a conversation
Yeah.
among themselves, not knowing.
Doesn't
Their brother
understand.
right there.
Yeah, you understand?
So Joseph hearing that, you know it has some comfort in him.
Right. You got
He didn't know
17
Reuben
years.
was doing all that for him. You know, he didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Verse
Read
20,
that again.
Yep, verse 23. Well, verse 22 again, it says,
No, 23.
23, it says, And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter.
You see?
And he turned himself about from them and wept.
Look at that, man. He had to let it go. He was moved emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, you know.
Shit.
But he see what the Lord's doing with him. Putting
Right.
him at the top.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep reading.
Oh, he was spiritual. He's seen it all, bro.
Seen it,
He's
bro.
seen like, damn, why I'm here, because of the dearth and all
The
that.
dreams he had.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was actually to save my people.
Right.
So I get what you know. Hey, shit, I gotta just endure.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
Pharaoh put him in that high position.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, this is the reason.
That's the reason, yeah.
It says, and he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. And Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. And they laded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied his money, for behold, it was in the sack's mouth.
So he didn't even take his brother's money.
And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another,
Look, this is the part. This is the part.
This one think we robbed him.
And they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that the Most High have done unto us?
Because they thinking about what they did to their brother.
Right. And they came unto Jacob their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, we are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that you are true men. So will I deliver you, your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
Yep.
Chapter 43, verse 1. And the famine was sore in the land, and it came to pass, when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, go again, buy us a little food. And Judah spake unto him, saying, the man did solemnly protest unto us, saying,
Yeah, I remember Simeon's still back in Egypt.
Yeah, see, he's
Locked
still
up.
locked up.
dang,
So Jacob wasn't going for it, and some time went by, and now this conversation is happening again.
right. And Judah spake unto him, saying, the man did solemnly protest unto us, saying, ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. But if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. And Israel said, wherefore dealt ye so ill with me, as to tell the man whether ye had yet a brother? And they said, the man asked us straightly of our state and of our kindred, saying, is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according as the tenor of these words. Could we certainly know that he would say, bring your brother down? And Judah said unto Israel his father, send a lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little ones. I will be surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee, and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned the second time.
See, so it was a little space right there, yeah. But
You
Jacob
get fit.
wasn't going for it.
Yeah, you can see this was an intense ass conversation. They wasn't just
Yeah.
talking regular. They was yelling at each other.
Right.
Like Israel, you could just hear him saying, what he say, you want to take my other son too?
Yeah.
And kill him too?
Yeah.
It's a Jake you dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
his youngest son. That
Yeah, it's young, my youngest, Simeon is, he's dead, Joseph is dead. You want to take You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that. This is an
Real
intense
life.
ass.
This conversation.
Reuben, stand up. Well, if I give you my sons, if I don't bring them back, you could kill my 2 sons. You
Take my
gotta,
2 sons with you.
yeah, you gotta like put it all in it.
At
Like
the same time, what
Mhm.
Joseph is thinking, what happened to him, the Heavenly Father did to him.
Right.
Simeon thinking what happened to him.
Yeah,
The brothers thinking what happened to them.
yeah.
Jacob thinking what happened. He thinking that the Lord is doing that to him.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening, he thinking the Lord
Wow.
is punishing him.
Mm-hmm. That's wow.
But it's just for the.
It's all building
It was
up.
all prophecy. It was all for survival.
Yep, yep.
And also to bring forth
The 12 tribes, or Ephraim and Manasseh.
Ephraim and Manasseh.
Yep, Ephraim and Manasseh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like there was that saying, the tension is so thick you could cut the air.
Yeah.
It was like that.
That's right.
Man, Lord did that like a chess game. Like that was, man, that's so dope.
Yep. This is back in Genesis 43 and 11. And their father Israel said unto them, if it must be so now, do this. Take of the best fruits in the land in your vessels, and carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices, myrrh, nuts, and almonds. And take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks. Carry it again in your hand, peradventure it was an oversight. Take also your brother and arise, go again unto the man.
Man, you know what? And that's integrity. That's integrity. We didn't give it to you. The money was in our sack still. We didn't give it to you, but this time we're gonna bring double because
They could
That
have
was-
overlooked it.
yeah, right. That was our fault. That was our bad. And then that's what brothers do.
Yeah.
Brothers mess up. My brothers might, oh damn, you know what? Hey man, you know what? Hey man, just what I'm saying, keep the change, man. You know what I'm saying? Just hey man, hey, because brothers got integrity, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's Jake, man. Well, the Jake that's in the truth. You know what I'm saying? But niggas out there, they ain't gonna do that.
That ain't
No,
gonna
that ain't
Oh
gonna
damn, we
lie,
got our money. Hell yeah, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid ass nigga know he gotta go back to the same person that purchased, and he talking about nigga.
Yeah.
That's right. This is
These are our forefathers, man. We got rich history, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
We come from a good line, man. Great line. Greatest.
And this is not like they was doing this to their own brethren. This is heathens.
Yeah.
At least they thinking like all of them was heathens. You know what I'm saying? So that's integrity, man. And it's just a quick one real fast. I remember a quick testimony. I remember me going to a East Indian spot, and I had to get cash. We ate at the spot. I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have the cash to pay him. He was like, oh man, you go and get the money. I was like, shit, damn, bro. I was like, hey, thank you, bro. He was like, you and your wife could go. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. I was thinking
You could just dip
we
off.
could just dipped off. But what we did was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We went to the first store that we could get the money from, and we came back and paid dude. And when we came back, they was looking like, damn, they actually came back. You know what I'm saying? But, shit, we displayed righteousness,
Yeah.
integrity right there by coming back. We could have easily just fuck them motherfuckers. They was heathens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could have just easily dipped off. But dude actually, for some reason, he had trust in us.
Yeah.
I was treating this dude like he was a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't nothing. It was, all respect, manners, and all that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he allowed us to do that. You know what I'm saying? We came back, paid him, and it was all love. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the scriptures say, when the righteous bear abroad, the people rejoice.
Right.
Because everything's gonna be right. Everything's gonna be integral. Everything's gonna be in a proper order, man. There won't be no wickedness like in this society, man.
Right.
That's funny, bro, because I just dealt with the same thing last week. dealing with the fruit guy. You know, the fruit guy that be on the corner slicing up your fruit for you.
Okay.
I didn't have no change. And I was like, okay, well, look, the store's right down the street. I'm going to just go get it. I tried to hand him back the fruit. He was like, no, just keep the fruit. No problem at all. Just take the fruit, and I believe you're going to come back. And I was like, bro, you sure? And he was like, yeah. Then I just went down the street, got the money, came back and pulled up. Instead of giving him his $8, I just gave him a solid 10.
Right.
And then he just thanked me and kept going. I couldn't believe I could have just got on with the fruit.
Never
Right.
came back.
Never came back.
But a nigga would have did that.
Yeah. I thought to myself though, man, I ain't finna steal from no fucking poor man. Here
Right.
it is, I'm poor as shit. I wouldn't want nobody to steal from me.
Right. You know, if the scriptures say if it be at all possible, treat every
Yeah, peace.
Yeah.
how it goes.
Be at peace for all men.
Be at peace with all men. That's peace right there. That's
Yeah.
you know, that's keeping peace. You never know if you might see him in the future.
Yeah.
You might not see him, but he see you.
Oh,
Like,
look
this
at that.
that motherfucker.
Yeah, you see?
You know what I'm saying? This that
Shit like that
motherfucker.
happens,
Yeah,
bro.
shit like
Yeah,
that
bro.
happens a lot.
And
Motherfucker
stick you
see
in your fifth rib.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's that motherfucker right there.
See, a lot of people will get judged off of things they did and thought they got away with it.
Right, right.
They're gonna get judged.
That's the vibration you put out is the vibration you're gonna get back again. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Reboot what you suck.
Hell yeah. This is back in Genesis 43 and 13. It says, take also your brother and arise, go again unto the man. And the Most High Almighty Yahweh give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother and Benjamin. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved.
Right. So he just accepted it. You know,
Yeah,
the situation for what it is. You know, fuck it. He put it in the Lord's hands, man.
Yeah.
Verse 15, and the men took that present, and they took double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up, and went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, bring those men home, and slay, and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. And the man did as Joseph bade, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time, are we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us, and fall upon us, and take us for bondmen and our asses. And they came near to the stewards of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house, and said, O sir, we came indeed down at the first time to buy food. And it came to pass, when we came to the end,
Integrity.
that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack, and our money in full weight, and we have brought in again in our hand, and other money have we brought down until in our hands to buy food. We could not tell who put our money in our sacks. And he said, peace be to you. Fear not in your power. And the power of your father have given you treasure in your sacks. I had your money, and he brought Simeon out unto them. And the man brought men into Joseph's house, and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their asses provender. And they made ready the present against Joseph, came at noon. And they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. And he asked them of their welfare. And he said, is your father well? The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive? And they answered, thy servant our father is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made obeisance.
Look, there it is again. There it go. There it is. And a couple times it said they bowed down. And that's his dream, that they was gonna give obeisance. You know,
right.
bow down.
Years ago.
Yep.
And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother, of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, The Most High be gracious unto thee, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother.
And Benjamin was probably how Joseph was when it all first went down, you know. Benjamin took that spot, you know.
Yeah.
A young strapman, you know.
And he sought where to weep, and he entered into his chamber and wept there. And he washed his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians which did eat with him by themselves, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled at another, and he took and sent messes unto them from before him. But Benjamin's mess was 5 times so much as many as theirs. And they drank, and they were merry with him. Chapter 44. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, Fill the men's sack with food, and much as they could carry, and put every man's money in his sack's mouth. And put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken. And as soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, Up, follow after the men. And when thou dost overtake them, say unto them, Wherefore have ye rewarded evil for good? Is not this an inn which my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth? Ye have done evil in so doing. And he overtook them and spake unto them these same words. And they said unto him, Wherefore saith my Lord these words? The Most High forbid that thy servant should do according to this thing. Behold, the money which we found in our sack's mouth, we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan. How then should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver or gold? With whosoever of the servants it be found, both let him die, and we also will be my Lord's bondmen. And he said, Now also let it be according to your words. He with whom it is found be thy servant, and he shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened every man his sack. And he searched and began at the eldest, and left at the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they rent their clothes, and laded every man his ass, and returned to the city. And Judah and his brethren came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there. And they fell before him on the ground. And Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I certainly divine? I can certainly divine.
They fell before him again. It's like they constantly, the dream is constantly showing forth. You know,
Every time I see him.
every time.
Yeah, bro.
Every time.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they fell before him on the ground. And Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine? And Judah said, What shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we clear ourselves? The Most High hath found out the iniquity of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he, also with whom the cup is found. And he said, The Most High forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in thy Lord's ears, and let not thine anger burn against thy servants, servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servant, saying, Have ye a father or brother? And we said unto my Lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one. And his brother is dead, and he is alone left of his mother, and his father loveth him. And thou sayest unto thy servants, Bring him down unto me, that I may set mine eyes upon him. And we said unto my Lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die. And thou sayest unto thy servants, Except your younger brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more. And it came to pass, when we came up unto thy servants, my father, we told him the words of my Lord. And our father said, Go again and buy us a little food. And we said, We cannot go down if our youngest brother be with us. Then will we go down, for we may not see the man's face, except our youngest brother be with us. Verse 27. And thy servant my father said unto us, Ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons, and the one went out from me, and I said, Surely he is torn in pieces, and I saw him not since. And if you take this also from me, and mischief before him, ye shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I come to thy servant my father, and the lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up in the lad's life, it shall come to pass, when he seeth that the lad is not with us, that he will die. And thy servant shall bring down the gray hairs of thy servant our father with sorrow to the grave. For thy servant became surety for the lad unto my father, saying, If I bring him not unto thee, then shall I bear the blame to my father forever. Now therefore, I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brethren. For how shall I go up to my father, and the lad be not with me, lest peradventure I see the evil that shall come upon my father.
Right, so we read all of that just to get to the 45th chapter, man. You know, this is where it all comes together.
We about to break down.
Notice it was Judas that spoke too, which is the head tribe. You know,
Chapter 45. It says, Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried, Because every man to go out from me. And where stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept aloud.
He made himself known. He probably started speaking Hebrew to him. You know what I'm saying? And let them, they looked at him like, what the fuck? Like, I am, I am thy brother. Oh,
But they wasn't, we're going to read it, they wasn't even paying attention to him.
Yeah,
Let's read it. Because they was in fear.
Yep.
they was fucked up right here.
They was fucked up, bro, because they was going back and forth. Joseph playing games with them and shit like that. It was fucked up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Go ahead, there,
Now I'm just saying, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's man, that was all this.
He couldn't do it no more. That's why he broke down. Like, shit,
Yeah,
man.
you can't do that, bro. Like, eventually you will break down
Yeah,
because you know you love your brother, and you can see the pain that they're going through, and they probably tearing up and like, you know what I'm saying, and seeing how their father's gonna die, and,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And
Here
how-
it is. They thought they was in the clear. You know, when they was going back, and the couples in Benjamin sack. You know, they probably was thinking like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, everything good, man. You know what I'm saying, we good. We going back to father, just to get rolled up on.
Yeah.
So it's a game. It was,
Damn.
and you could tell that Joseph was just moving in the spirit. He didn't have just necessary things planned out. He just was moving in the spirit what he was doing with his brothers.
Yep. Verse 2, it says, And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him,
Right?
for they were troubled at his presence.
Like, they wasn't even really focused in on that. Go ahead.
It was like, wait, You know and the thing like they're looking like
Joseph.
they looking, you know, you gotta put your like the apostles always say, you got a vision. They looking like,
What the fuck?
is that?
Oh, they probably see his eyelid.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that?
Like, oh, that
You see,
is
like,
our
when
dollar.
you like, you may not notice. I've seen people like from high school. We all older now, but I ain't seen your ass since high school, so that's just well over a decade. I see them, and they look different, but when I look at them, I can see that. Oh, that is that motherfucker. You can see whatever you've seen back in high school. You can see it in their face. So you pretty sure they were seeing their brother. Like, oh,
But
damn.
remember, they left him when he was 17.
Yeah.
Now he's in his 30s.
Yeah, now he's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s, and they looking at him like, you know, time.
Yeah.
You know, time would change you, and
Yeah, time changes.
being amongst heathens, that would change you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So he had a whole different look. You know, he wasn't speaking Hebrew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they looking like,
He grown and
hey,
shit now.
damn. Yeah.
That's real.
Like this is a ghost or something.
Man, bro.
But they still didn't get it when it read it again. They didn't get it.
It says, and Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt.
See, now they're going. Now he's tapping into something that. How the hell is an Egyptian
No-
gonna know this?
Yeah, nobody knew about
Okay,
that.
you ain't gonna know about this unless it is Joseph. You know
Now
what I
they
mean?
thinking like, what?
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right about that, brother. You're right.
Now, therefore, be not grieved nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither. For the Most High did send me before you to preserve life.
That's it right
See?
there.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Joseph went to the Egyptians, was sold to the Egyptians, to preserve life, the life that matters, man.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the reason why his brethren had that envious spirit
Yeah.
towards Joseph was so that could happen and sell him.
Yeah.
Remember, it said they hated him. They couldn't. It said they couldn't speak kind or something to him. I forgot what the verse said, but it said they couldn't even speak kind. They couldn't.
Right.
The Lord had a different spirit on them to
Right.
speak evil to Joseph.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
In verse 6 it says, For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years, in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. And the Most High sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by great deliverance.
Right, that was a great deliverance.
That's it.
Mighty deliverance.
Yeah.
He understood his purpose.
It all came. It was full circle, man. Years later.
Yeah.
Here's the point.
So now it was
Yeah,
not.
this is where he understood. It wasn't you, but it was the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 8. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but the Most High, and he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, a lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Haste ye and go up to my father and say unto him, Thus saith my son Joseph, the Most High hath made me lord of all of Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not, and thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast, and there will I nourish thee. For yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household, and all that thou hast come to poverty, and behold, your eyes see, in the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is my mouth that speaketh unto you.
Right. So now he's already been there 30 plus years. Now he's sending for the rest of his family to come, and that will be the rest of the 400. So that's where you get the full 30.
Verse 13. And ye shall tell my father of all the glory in Egypt, and all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste to bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck, and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after his brethren talked with him, the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come. And it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, lay your beasts, and go get you unto the land of Canaan, and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and you shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, this do ye, take you wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Right, and right there, that fat is like the best. You will get the best of the land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that fat right there represents like the top, the best of what you got to offer. You know.
Verse 21, and the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment. But to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with good things.
And you know what? And that's what Esau got. You know, he got, of course, you know, he got the oil and all that, but he got the best of everything.
Yeah, he showed good.
He has the best of everything. So that was given to Esau. You know what I'm saying? He has the best of it. He has the oil and all the luxuries, the wealth and power, everything, man.
Yeah,
he has the best of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the fatness of the earth.
Yep.
You know, the fatness of the earth is the best of everything.
Yep.
You know?
He got the land of Israel right now,
Yeah.
which is the most richest land in all earth.
Yeah.
Right. And 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed, and he said unto them, See that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt.
This got to be the best news.
And Jacob's heart fainted, and he believed them not, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, It is enough. Joseph my son is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
That's it on that, you know. But that's, you know, we'll go through that account. You know how the Lord preserved life, man. So what you think the Lord gonna do in these times? He's gonna preserve life through all type of many ways, man. You know, let's hit that. What you got out?
Psalms 33.
What the, bro? Psalm 33, bro? I got it right here. I was gonna say I got what? Good, bro.
It says, Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them.
Quote the verse.
Psalms 33 and 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death, and to keep them alive in famine.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, man. Lord gonna keep us alive in famine. It's nothing to the Heavenly Father to keep anything alive in famine.
Right.
Just like he did with Joseph, man. And it came by a more
Trial.
a trial, man. You got a thing called foreshadowing stories. A foreshadowing story is you're put in a moment, but you don't know what's coming in the future, but you want to know so bad, like, damn, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? That's what the Lord did, like a foreshadowing story with Joseph. He didn't know what was going to befall him next, and it was just unraveling, and it was a beautiful thing how the Lord set it all up.
Right.
And what do you think is going on with us today? Why do you think that video that Apostle Ramlan did was so important today? What it was called? What was it called? Apostle Ramlan's last video he just did.
About to go down somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Get ready.
prepare
Yeah.
because and in that video he was talking about how we don't know how we're gonna be delivered. But here it is that we put all this work in. We over the years through the grace of the Lord, of course, our praise Yahweh Shemel Shah, He has allowed us to put all this work in. It's time to cash out. It's time to see things happen for you for the time the Lord has allowed you to give to Him. Now it's time to see it. So we're in that time where we finna see what the Lord's gonna do for us because we dedicated our time in these current seconds. You know, and it's gonna be a hell of a story on however the Lord's gonna do it. The apostle was saying he don't know if the Heavenly Father is gonna open a portal and put us all in one spot. He don't know. You know, he was just giving scenarios, random scenarios of just wayward miracles that can happen.
Yeah.
We don't know how the Lord is gonna make things happen, but we know one thing: we've been putting in this work, and we looking forward to the Lord when He said He gonna keep us in the time of famine. So
Right.
that's just what it is, man.
The scripture says, sow yourself in righteousness and reap in mercy. So what we're doing right now, we're going to reap. Lord willing,
Yeah, that's right, brothers. Heck yeah.
Jump to where you at?
Yeah. Oh, Psalms 107. You need something?
Yeah. Go ahead, grab a piece of
Oh, Psalms 107 and 9. For He satisfied the longing soul and filleth the hungry soul with goodness.
That was it?
Yeah.
Can you jump to Psalm 37 and 18 and 19?
Psalms 37 and verse 19. They shall not be ashamed in the
18 and 19.
Psalms 37 and 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied.
Yeah, see that? So like the scripture said, my servant shall eat, man.
Bro.
You know?
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, jump down to verse 25, bro.
Yeah.
Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
There you go. Well,
That's King David.
yeah.
That's King David. Man, we know since his youth he was dealing with the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
Even before he became a king, he was already after the Heavenly Father's heart. You know?
Yeah. Let's get that second Edwards too.
I got one.
Got it up.
I got the second.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. Hebrews 6 and 10. For the Heavenly Father is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love,
That's it, man.
which ye have showed towards His name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Yo, Daniela, man, beautiful, bro. Here it is. Each week, you work for Esau, he got you paid weekly or bi-weekly.
Right.
You always getting paid. That's why Jake would tell you, like, look, man, I can't deal with that Bible because I ain't getting paid. You know, I ain't getting paid to do all that. I got to work. I got to get this money.
Right.
But the thing is this. Even though we put the work in for the Lord every day, whenever, you know, the Spirit jump on us, we ain't getting a check at the end of the week or every 2 weeks. We ain't getting that.
Right.
But we're making an investment.
Right.
Storing our treasures in heaven.
Storing it up.
That's it.
And now we're finna see all what we've been storing up. And we're going to be able to start cashing out. We got coins. In other words, you know, or we got the oil. Or whatever commodity you need, or commodity, or God damn it, you could say you got a golden ticket, you could go in the Willy Wonka factory. However you want to say it, we got that. We got the golden ticket, we got the oil, we got the money, we got saved up checks. You know, this nigga Shaq, what makes Shaq so goddamn rich is that he doesn't cash his old checks.
Right.
He keep all his fucking checks. And he spends on his new incoming money. So he called himself gaining generational wealth. Well, we're doing that, but we've been investing in for however long the Lord has been on you to serve Him and be pushing your videos, whether it's an edited video, whether it's a video you're putting a lesson together in the scriptures and the courage video and in transit. you was all stacking up. You was all putting time in, and you was getting paid. It's just that you wasn't seeing it at the end of the week or at the end of 2 weeks. But now you finna start seeing it when famine comes. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
Or any other said peril, which mean the evils to come.
Yeah.
We're gonna start seeing our money.
That's when it's time to cash in, you know?
Spiritual money to be exact.
You know what I'm saying? That's right.
you got that second episode?
Yeah, second Ezra, we're doing
Start
start.
26. We down to 29.
It says, second Ezra chapter 2, verse 26, it says, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh,
We know a bunch of trouble and heaviness is coming, man. Go ahead.
others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Look at that, man. You know, we're going to be married and have abundance, man. You know, Scripture said we're going to rejoice. You know,
Yeah, bro.
you know, these are the benefits, you know, of serving the Lord, man. Fearing the Lord. Go ahead.
It says,
We don't have to worry about nothing, man.
Mhm.
You know, not saying it's going to be easy, but the Lord going to come through, just like He came through for Joseph, for his father, his brother, you know.
Yeah.
That's a real comfort in scriptures, because you think, well, if it's going to be a day like never before, how in the hell are we going to be merry and have abundance? We're going to
Miracles.
just have to wait and see.
Miracles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let an angel pop up on your ass. You're going to be married.
I know, right? You're right.
Go ahead.
Verse Mary,
28.
yeah, verse 28, it says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children should not see hell.
Yeah, you see that? So the Lord won't cover us and our children, man.
Yeah.
You know? Y'all brothers have something? Nah.
Let me keep it,
Huh? 5? We can end it there. 19. You got some more?
all right.
You got some more?
No, that was.
Let's end it with Job 5.
Job chapter 5 and verse 19.
Yeah.
He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death,
Look at that.
and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Why? Because we have understanding, man. We know who's bringing the destruction.
Right.
Go ahead.
That links with Isaiah 33 and 6.
Right. Yeah.
It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
Look at that, man. And destruction and famine now to laugh. Why? Because the Lord's going to sustain us, man. You know? We're going to be satisfied in the famine. And we know that destruction is coming to the wicked, man. You know, we're going to be seeing how the Lord's going to be taking care of his, you know, his men.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And it says, neither shalt thou
Yeah.
neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Look at that, man.
Wild animals and the different creatures
Yeah.
they habitats is outside. Because at that time, people are going to be spread outside. You ain't going to just be in their house chilling and lay down. No, Esau going to rifle the houses, as it is written in Zechariah, the 14th chapter right at the top. He's going to rifle their houses. People going to be scattered everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord going to be with his.
Yeah.
Alright, shall be at peace with us. You might get fed from a beast.
Yeah.
A beast might bring you some food.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit.
Yeah.
And you like, wait.
You know, is that a cluster of grapes?
Yeah, bro. Is that a cluster of grapes?
Yeah.
It just laid across, you know what I'm saying? Just laid right there. You like, wait a minute. Hey, you this bro,
Crazy. He talked to you
that's
too.
so much a faith booster right there. You know? He just bring you a loaf of bread or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, you know?
It happened to Elijah.
Yeah.
You know?
Got fed by ravens.
Man.
Yep.
Birds
That it?
just birds hovering over your thing, dropping all type of food.
Oh.
They just swarming and they dropping all type like what the look all this
Yeah.
food dropping.
Wow.
Gather that. And you giving all praise to Yahweh about Shemal Shai, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And,
That's
man.
fucking dope.
You know, that's the beast being at peace with us, man. You know? That's a part of it. You
Yeah.
know, bro?
Yeah, a beast can help you. Say for instance, somebody you fucking grappling with somebody. Here came a bear.
Yeah.
A mountain lion, because out here it's mountain lions like crazy.
Right.
You be in the fields out here. At nighttime, you be in them far out field desert. A lot of people that's gonna run to these deserts, oh, they gonna get ate by mountain lions.
Yeah,
There's
bro.
mountain lions just everywhere out here.
Coyotes.
Motherfucker
Yeah,
about to
coyotes.
shoot you and the pit bull come out of nowhere and
Yeah.
just start biting his arm. He dropped the gun and it's like, oh shit!
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
He put that lockjaw on his ass.
Yeah. True too.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities, man. Endless possibilities with the Lord, man. I don't know if y'all brothers had, you know.
I got one quick one.
No.
Just off of what we last spoke about. 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations.
That's the spirit. I was thinking of that scripture, man.
Yeah,
You know, the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptations, man. And this is what the Lord has been preparing us for. You know, it'll put us in a jam just for us to trust that He will take us out of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, countless times, you know, over and over, the Lord putting you through something, delivering you, putting you through something, delivering you. Just so in that moment when when the shit hit the fan and you met with adversity, you know the Lord got you, man.
Yeah.
You know how He works, man.
And Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph, man. You know, we're gonna be thinking of all these accounts when it's that time, man.
Yeah.
Could I grab this one real fast? This was the brothers. I was through the spirit for our light affliction, which is but for a moment. One and for
The kings.
for a moment and Abad Shah Amath. They both put 1 Kings 17 and 6, and it reads, "And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook."
Yeah, Elijah. You know, Elijah, man. So it's endless ways the Lord will come through for us, man, in these last days, man. You know, so once again, the title, when the food is gone, let our faith remain, man. You know, like the scripture say, when Yahweh shall return, shall He find faith on the earth, man.
Woo!
All right, the famine, you know, the destruction, the judgment, that's all for the wicked. And we know, according to the words of Abraham, that the Lord's not going to destroy the righteous with the wicked. Okay, but the Lord knows how to deliver the godly, man.
Right.
So let's keep that faith, man, while we enter into these turbulent times, you know?
Right.
So with that, you know, Lord's will is edifying. You know, we want to end it by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh Shai,
Rakatha Yahweh Shai,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh Shai,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh,
Rakatha Yahweh
Rakatha
Shai.
Shai.
Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Spirit.